part of the debate prep. What can you tell us about the bubble? Were folks wearing masks? Were you wearing a mask? Was Rudy Giuliani wearing a mask when you were working with the president and others in the room?
No one was wearing masks in the room when we were prepping the president during that period of time. The group was about 5 or 6 people in total.
All right, that's Chris Christie confirming what we were reporting earlier, what he said about what he saw during debate prep, which is a lot of exposure. Let's bring in NBC News senior business correspondent, MSNBC anchor, Stephanie Ruhle. Stephanie, you're looking at a lot of angles here, including Wall Street. What are your thoughts?
Hey, Mika, first things first, for Wall Street, for investors, uncertainty is always the enemy of the stock market. And even before the president contracted coronavirus, the biggest concern to investors was chaos around the upcoming election. Not who was going to be the next president, how this was going to play out, would it be peaceful? And this obviously adds to the chaos and go deeper than that. We saw Dow futures down 500. They've now come back somewhat. But if you actually look inside and see what's been hit the hardest, it's how we behave. This is going to impact what we're doing even in the next few weeks. So you saw travel, leisure, hospitality, retail, oil and gas all drop because people, when they see news like this, are going to say, maybe I'm not going to go to a store, maybe I'm not going to rush back to work. Remember, it's the president who over and over has been saying the coronavirus is behind us, let's get back to work. This kind of stops everyone in their tracks and reminds people the economic crisis is directly linked to the health crisis. And when we don't have this thing under control from a health perspective, the economy is not just going to come back. There's 2 other things I'd point out. We were already focused on the jobs report coming out at 8:30 today. This is the last one we'll get before the upcoming election. We know at least 26 million people already are out of work, another 800,000 in the last week, and we saw huge companies announce layoffs. You're not going to see this news from the president advance things at all. You're actually going to see more businesses say, let's slow down a bit. When you have work from home, businesses are working, but they're not necessarily thriving, and they don't need all the employees that they once had. So we're likely to see more layoffs as people start to say, let's put the brakes on things. The one maybe silver lining, this could get Congress back to the negotiating table with regard to the next stimulus package. We know it passed in the House. This could potentially get Republicans in the Senate to the table.
All right, Stephanie, thank you for that analysis. We'll see you at 9 o'clock Eastern time on MSNBC. And your guest today is Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi. So we'll be looking forward to watching that. Stephanie, thank you. And we will have more coverage of this breaking story in just a moment.
Let me